And leave the door open. Makes me feel a bit romantic, if you know what I mean. 7:15 on a Saturday morning. I'm Kat Cowan, and we're going to be talking about singing this morning and its health benefits, specifically the benefits of children singing. I was saying earlier that you know how other kids might sing along to The Wheels on the Bus, you know, that kind of thing. Although we do sing, so that we change the lyrics. I'll tell you about that later. But my son's favourite sing-along track is bizarrely this. You've got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know, he goes, you gotta hump it up, don't you know, hump it up. Bless him. So that brings him and indeed us a lot of joy. Let me tell you though, we're talking about this because there's a project in Sheffield schools called One Voice. It's all about getting kids singing for health and educational benefits. I wonder if they've got the kids singing to that. Why not? They're even aiming to hold a huge outdoor sing-off in the summer term. How wonderful. Here's a little taste of some of the children singing and with their musicians. They were in action last summer. Have a listen to this. Lovely. Well, joining me now is teacher Rob Holdsworth from Arbuthnot School and singing teacher Laura Steelyard from Sheffield's Music Hub, who's organising this year's One Voice Festival of Children Singing. Rob, don't you have enough to do as a teacher, a primary school teacher in 2020? You must be absolutely shattered. What made you get involved with teaching singing as well?
There is lots to do, of course, at the moment. But I just think for the children's benefit, we did something last year, we do something every year. I had the music at the school and I just like to get the kids involved in as many experiences as possible. Because of the year we've had, and you've mentioned briefly in the introduction how good singing is for the mental health benefits, I thought it was a lovely thing for them to do and to join in with, especially with other schools. You know, it's a great sense of community that they'll get from joining in singing with other schools. So that's why I signed them up.
What do you see, the sort of tangible differences that you see in the kids once they've had a chance to sing like that?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, from the outset, it makes them happy, you know, they're practicing it. But it's such a boost in their self-esteem and their confidence. You know, it's brilliant. It's just fantastic to see, especially maybe there are some children in your class who aren't as academic or they don't get along with the academic subjects as well. And they just really bloom and they absolutely flourish when they're singing. It's just something they can really get into and they really love it.
Sounds wonderful. Let's bring in Laura. You teach singing for Sheffield Music Hub and you work with schools in Sheffield and Tinsley. But I understand that you're wanting to get more schools involved. Is that right?
Yeah, the project itself, One Voice, is open to absolutely every school in Sheffield. So it's the options are limitless in terms of how many schools could get involved in this project, which is really nice.
And you've got you're hoping to organise a festival later this year. I mean, is it happening? Fingers crossed. Or tell me about that.
It is happening, and we've been planning this since kind of October, November, and we've had lots of options, obviously, on how it might go ahead. And we have put in place a virtual festival. So we will have some, hopefully, live children at the event, which is taking part at Sheffield Hallam Sports Park. So we'll have a band and a host and some children there from the SELP community of schools. They will be performing live and then we'll be live streaming that event into schools around Sheffield who can all take part from their classrooms, school halls or school fields.
And Laura, I asked Rob, but I want to ask you the same question in terms of the impact, the kind of tangible impact you can see with the children that take part in this. What difference does it make to them?
Yeah, Rob mentioned a few things in terms of confidence, helps them to build relationships. It improves their communication skills, allows them to express themselves in a way that other subjects don't necessarily do, or some children can't engage with in the same way as they can with singing. Aside from that, the memories of events like this, I remember being in primary school and taking part in similar events, and that's what gave me my career essentially. So that's the potential of it, and at the kind of lowest end of that spectrum, it's just improving their general schooling lives at the moment, in the here and now. There's physical benefits as well in terms of posture and promoting good sleep and reducing stress levels. So the list is endless, in my opinion.
And Rob, to bring you in again, because I was joking about how my little boy loves to sing to Pump It Up or Hump It Up, when he requests it on the radio. But there's just something, also about like letting go and the energy that you can just sort of expend when you can see it. And he's only, he's a toddler, but when he's just singing and going for it. And it's been such an absolutely awful year for kids and so hard. It must be wonderful to be able to see them just let loose, really, and, open their lungs and just go for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it's at the moment, we're singing in our classrooms or we're singing virtually, I can't wait to, in normal times, get school back together and sing at the big singing assembly again, because we did it every Wednesday morning, and you would see the benefits in the whole school. There'd just be a lift in the school after that singing assembly. It'd be such a great mood around the school, because you're right, the children were able to express themselves, they're able to have fun, and they're able to do it confidently, and they feel that they're part of that school community. So hopefully the events will be that on a much larger scale, which would be fantastic, because they'll feel a sense of community with everyone, all the other children in Sheffield. So it'd be fantastic.
It sounds wonderful. Laura, if there are sort of leaders of schools who haven't heard of this and think, actually, I want in on that, what do they need to do to get involved?
All of the information is on Sheffield Music Hub website, which is sheffieldmusichub.org, and they can just follow the links to the One Voice information there, where they can find out everything they need and apply. Or they can find my details on the website as well and contact me directly to answer any questions.
And Laura, obviously we heard them singing so beautifully to George Ezra. I'm just suggesting that Pump It Up could be a banger. I'm thinking maybe end of the festival, arms in the air, going for it. What do you think?
I'll put it to the bosses.
Okay, lovely. Non-committal. Well done. Rob Holdsworth from Arthurton School and Laura Steelyard from Sing It Better. Thank you so, so much. I've got a sneaking suspicion Pump It Up will not make the cuts, but I'm okay with that. It's fine. Their loss. This is the beautiful South on BBC Radio Sheffield.